we were watching Snowfall, and my wife was like, "You fucking look like Teddy McDonald." Did I take a picture like next to it, and then I posted it on Facebook? There it is, right there. Y'all gonna put this on the episode, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dog.
I put this on everything.
Party people.
I love this.
It's your boy
My
M-A-Z.
sweats and my clothes. What is this? I thought I told you this is my world, baby.
Party people in the place to be. It's your boy M-A-Z. Look.
Hey, Mazi, I can comfortably say, man, it's caught on.
Yeah.
It's been a long road, man.
I practiced that. I practiced it.
That's love. I appreciate that. And that was the goal, was to get it, kind of make it a catchy thing. And now everybody is doing it now.
It worked.
Now, the next thing that people need to get on board with, you know what I'm saying? Where's my guy at? Skrills. Once everybody starts singing the South Hold It Down, that's when I can gracefully bow out from the show and it'll be said and done. Skrills, what's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. They ain't ready for that.
Listen, they will be soon. But I'll tell you who we are ready for. It's been a long time coming. Long awaited. First off, as of recent, besides the Bloodsport EP out right now on all DSPs, be sure to go get that. But you coming off of Just Rap.
Every shot of fire's muffled, hot enough to cauterize muscle. My God, I turn a cipher to a traumatized huddle. You gon' wind up fossilized or an oxidized puddle. A bottom line trouble, now they gotta find shovels. It's a double homicide every time I rhyme for you, man. They really ain't fucking with me, son.
Probably the highest viewed episode since the show started. Not to, really put it out there, but what's the numbers looking like on TikTok right now? Because last time I looked, it was like.
So the first one did 672,000.
Wow.
I reposted it just because I dropped the album.
Sure.
And that's at like 95,000.
Come on, man.
So yeah, doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the smooth way to 1 million people.
Trying to get there.
Nah, it'll happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Ty won. The living legend.
Northwest side, we up in this bitch, yeah.
The OCD.
Guess I'm back the way I left it. And yeah, I guess me being back is unexpected. They take it back cause I don't rap like I'm from Texas. Well, that's subjective. If you ask, it's all
I think for me, music was all that I ever wanted to do. I never dreamed about working. And so realizing that the thing you love most is not gonna happen. Greatest thing I've ever done, greatest accomplishment is having my family and my kids. Wait, are you Latino? I was like, nah, bro. And he was like, well, what are you? And then I told him, and then he never wrote back. When I get on a track with you, I want you to quit rap.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be all love, but that's my goal. Like, that's how serious I take it. When I'm locked in, you can get anybody in the world. Put me on a song with them, and I will hang. I will definitely hang.
No,
Show that. Nobody's gonna kill me. Like that, I feel that wholeheartedly. Thank you, man.
What's going on, man?
I'm happy to be here. I've been looking forward to this for a while. It just had to be right. I didn't want to come up here with nothing going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that the album, just dropped a couple weeks ago, it felt right.
Yeah.
It was the right time.
And now,
so I'm happy to be here.
Nah,
man.
listen, it's an honor to have you here, bro.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy to see the journey that you have been on, from the Vandal days to TOS. And
a long time. Makes me feel old. I'm not old. Well, I'm not that old.
Right.
In hip hop years, I might be.
Sure. I think in hip hop years we're dinosaurs.
But it's kind of changing though.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Because even the guys like the the Griselda guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, Conway's almost 40?
Yeah, everybody. I think they like 40, approaching 40.
Approaching 40.
I'm 38, so I'll be 39 next month. So.
And rapping better than a lot of people out here, bro, running laps around people.
I appreciate you. Well, the goal is to get better with time, not worse. So luckily that was the case here. But yeah, you see dudes like Nas still killing it. And, older cats touring 50, doing his tour now, selling out.
Right.
So,
And let me ask you, since that rap hasn't hit them, like, I guess it's charted, but it hasn't hit the #1 spot or something like that in a minute.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because like, and then you see Nas getting the love that he's been getting, 50 obviously doing his run and selling out stadiums, and these guys that have timeless records and are still aging, well with the music they're creating now with substance. Do you think that's gonna make make its way back to the scene?
I hope so. You mean like make its way back as being the mainstream?
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know because like my son, he's 18, right?
Yeah.
And the stuff, like he's more inclined to listen to my stuff now. He kind of appreciates it a little bit more than when he was younger. Before he was like, there's just too many words. That's what he would tell me.
Yeah.
But now he'll listen to it a little bit more. But he still likes to, he likes to listen. He just listens to the sad stuff. Like he just,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? So there's just so many different like genres right now, and I don't know if it'll ever. I don't know. I think hip hop is right now is just so broken up into its own little subgenres that I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's weird that hip hop hasn't. Well, didn't what's his face land the #1? Was it Lil Uzi or something?
I'm not sure if
know.
he might have, but I know it was crazy because that was like the whole big thing, with rap not doing the numbers or whatever that like it used to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of course Ebro with his stance, like, labels are not looking for rappers anymore. They're not checking them. They're checking for the Latin artists and stuff with Afrobeats.
Is that what's
on
like?
them.
So what is like #1 right now?
So honestly, #1 right now is this guy right here,
okay.
Oliver Anthony. Okay. Yo, that song is fire. If y'all haven't heard Richmond North of Richmond, incredible record. He's talking that talk.
I heard that the other day. Yeah,
he's talking that talk. You know what I mean? But
that man was spitting bars.
he was not for real, for real,
Yeah.
for real.
I don't know. I think like because so many people are able to, like he's not signed. So many people are able to do this and just blow up off TikTok that you don't need a label anymore. So it's not controlled. It's not like because before I think everything was so controlled by like
Right.
If a label put enough money behind it, it was going to be #1. And now it's
Right.
like you can just do that with no money, pretty much.
Yeah, and this guy Anthony Oliver is a prime example. Like,
Right.
no type of promotion. The only thing he did was just upload the song to TikTok and YouTube. This man's #1.
And it resonated with everybody. So
Exactly.
That's
And it goes back to what I tell people beforehand, but I guess I'm just an old head. I'm OG Uncle Mazi. That you make songs that's like relatable
right.
to the listener, to really like say some stuff that relates and hits home. It's gonna take off.
Exactly.
He's the prime example of it. It's crazy. Shout out to Oliver Anthony. So staying on the conversation of hip hop. Hip hop turned 50. You know what I mean? And happy anniversary, happy birthday, all that good stuff. With that being said, and this is a question for the room, Skrills as well. And I guess when Bank gets here, I'll ask him too. What made y'all fall in love with hip hop? Oh, whoever wants to start first. I guess the guest of the hour, Ty.
That's a great question. I'm trying to think because it's been a long time. It's funny because like when I was a kid, like real young, I really didn't fall in love with hip hop until I was about like 10. Before I used to like play the guitar and I listened to like Nirvana and like the typical stuff like
Sure.
Green Day and Soundgarden, Smashing Pumpkins, all that stuff.
Still fire music, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. But when I was 10, it's crazy. I don't know why, but I heard that West Side Connection came out.
What
Like,
song?
it's crazy, like
Bow down when I come to your town. Bow down when I'm Westwood bound. Bow down.
Bow Down. I heard that,
Yes!
and I was like, that's the song of all. Like I don't know why, but it was
Bow Down.
This shit was so hard.
Nah, that's
Oh,
dope.
man.
That's hard.
I think it was just like a combination of the beat and just like the ferociousness that like Cube delivered with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know why that spoke to me at 10 years old. I really don't know. But that was the song. And then I think as I started to get into it more, you know, I really only like knew what was on the radio and stuff. I had, it was kind of a journey for me. And I had met a friend, my friend Jason, and he moved here from like, he was a military kid, and he moved here from like Japan or whatever. His dad was stationed there. And he just knew so much about hip hop. And he put me on that. There's just all this shit that I'd never heard before. And it got to the point where, you know, I was reading the Source magazine, seeing what was coming out. Every Tuesday we'd go to Best Buy. And we would just go and just grab random albums when, you know, albums were $8-9. And it was just kind of like I just built my love of hip hop from just acquiring and just consuming so much of it, and you know, appreciating the lyricism, the grittiness, the griminess, it was like a competition. You know, everybody, at least back then, it was about, you know, being the best, and I don't know, I just appreciated that aspect of the culture, and I feel like that's kind of been lost for a while.
Sure.
You know, I mean, you still have certain subgenres of it where you have that, but, you know, there was a good stretch of time where that was mainstream hip hop. It was about lyricism.
Right.
And I don't know, that really for me, that was kind of, it was a journey. It was a process of developing my love. But it started with Bow Down somehow.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to laugh a little bit, mine was Special Ed's I Got It Made.
I'm your idol, the highest title, numero uno.
That's when I fell in love with hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was when my sister used to babysit me with recorded episodes of Video Soul and Rap City.
Yeah.
She'd be like, yo, just sit down and watch this. And I didn't move. And there was just music videos all day. But when I heard the do-do-do-do, do-do, and I was so fascinated. And then like the movements and the dancing and all that, I was like, this is dope. And then when I really started to understand it and like, you know, hearing what they were saying and all that and how pretty much words are power to me was Pac. Anything, you know, my sister was playing. My sister played a lot of pretty much everything. Biggie, Pac, Jay, No Limit, all that. But Pac resonated with me. Why at 8-9 years old, I don't know. But it just
That's the crazy part, right?
I'm sitting here in cafeteria making a W with my fingers and just like, West Side. You know what I'm saying? It was just like it was dope to hear what they were saying. Wu-Tang Clan, all that it was dope. The visuals and everything. It was
Do you
fire.
ever like listen to stuff now and now you're like, man, it makes sense. Like what they were saying. Because back when you were younger, you didn't know, like you said, I don't really know a lot about what they're talking about.
Right.
But then as you get older and then you start to appreciate like lyrics that you've been saying your whole life. When the song come on, then all of a sudden it clicks. And you're like, oh shit.
When you're rapping along and you realize what you're saying, and it's like, oh, I get it now.
And that's what's dope about it.
Exactly. Skrills, is there a moment in hip hop where
The earliest moment that I can remember as far as falling in love with hip hop was my cousin giving me a CD he didn't want. He was like, I don't want this shit. I was like, oh, I'll take it. And it was Warren G, the G-Funk era.
This DJ be Warren G. Can I get in where I fit in? Sit in, listen.
Absolutely.
I got a funny story about that when you're done.
You feel me? And, But that was like my earliest memory of like, nah, this is it. And it's been that since.
Warren G, man. So this is my story about Warren G. My mom used to, like when that song was on the radio, she really liked the Warren G Regulate. And so the album came out and I was like, hey, Mom, this is the guy. And she's like, oh, yeah, let's buy the tape. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the intro, but like the intro came on and we're in the car. It was like my mom, my dad, and my little brother.
Yeah.
And it comes on. It's like, motherfuckers. I'm like, I don't know how old. I'm like 10. My brother's like 4. And she's like, what? I think like she went and returned the shit. Like,
no way.
yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Shit. That's what I think of every time I hear about Warren. She was like, so, because she's pretty religious. You know what I mean? So I don't know, it just really,
rubbed the wrong way for sure. Nah, I get it. I completely get it. Because that was the Snoop Doggy Style album.
Yep.
My mom saw that cover and was like, "You're absolutely not buying that album." I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
That's probably why we liked it too, because like a lot of our parents were like, no,
Stay away from that.
Yeah.
But we gravitated to that
Right.
even more. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest bank,
And he's here.
the bank you can trust, Bankroll.
Bank, this is Ty. I don't know if y'all formally met before.
None of you been feeling man, man.
This man was bars. That I do know.
try.
He be spitting that shit.
So, Bank, I say, you know, it's 50th anniversary of hip hop.
You know it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going around the room asking, what was the moment in time where you fell in love with hip hop?
Man, it was probably the when Outkast dropped that dual CD. The Love Below, when that came out.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Because hip hop was cool. At first, it was like Bow Wow, but like I was raised by my mom, so Mom Duke's riding around listening to Aaliyah, Erykah Badu, all that shit. So
Yeah.
I love neo soul, but like rap, the first rap shit I was really listening to was like Bow Wow, and then she fucking. It's crazy that you brought up Warren G Regulators because that is my mom's shit.
Yeah.
Like what? Me and my mom used to. I was riding around in elementary school rapping to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that whole story. That's my shit. But it's probably like when that Love Below shit came out, I had that CD personally. I
That's
wrote my
dope.
first raps to that shit and all that. And it was just intricate hip hop. It was different from what I usually heard.
For sure. Yeah. That's so funny how Regulators, it's like a universal hip hop
That's
record
one
that
of them ones.
everybody fucks with. Because I know for me, like, when I hear that record, what resonates with me is Above the Rim. And that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, you can't tell me nothing else, you know what I'm saying? I bought the soundtrack solely because of not only the movie, but that song was on there, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I love that project to this day. And then when they came out on streaming services, I was like, oh no, I'm in there. Above the Rim, download.
Yeah.
I'm in there, you know what I mean?
So it's crazy. I still ain't seen that whole movie yet.
Excuse me?
Don't judge me. Excuse me. Look, it's crazy. I'm usually the king of nigga movies now. Now, like when it comes to black films, I done seen them all, my dog. But that one, for some reason, I just ain't watched. And especially all Tupac films, I done seen them all except for that one.
It's a great film.
I feel like I'm still holding back because after that, then like, what's new for me?
So, spoiler alert, there is the main scene. I mean, I don't know if did you watch the full game at the Rucker?
When?
Towards the end. They were playing in the tournament.
No.
Okay.
I ain't even. I tried to watch the movie one time, but I put it up dumbass late like a retard, and I was smoking. You can't even say retard. Damn, bro.
No, you can't,
I'll
bro.
be coming up here and doing some flagrant shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
So there's a scene in there, and it's on the internet, but on Birdie's team, which Birdie's played by Pac, right?
Right.
There's a number 52. He grabs a rebound and he's throwing an outlet pass. Like, he grabs the rebound, just chunks it, and then it cuts to the person catches the ball to go for the dunk. It's 52.
Oh yeah, I definitely gotta watch it now.
Look, here it goes right here. The best player from Above the Rim was number 52.
That's wild.
Look, watch this, bro. Excuse me.
And it's crazy because he had everybody beat. He literally beat everybody down court. You didn't run past nobody or nothing and catch the ball.
This movie is so great, though. I swear, it's my favorite movie of all time. This is my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Man,
I love Above the Rim.
Did you ever, because of this movie, did you ever try the razor blade and fuck yourself up?
No, I knew better than that. No, I knew better than that. So Birdie walked around with a razor blade in his mouth, like on some New York shit. You know what to be carrying.
I had
you know
a
what I'm
partner
saying?
from New York, and he actually did do that shit. I thought that was like the weirdest shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I had a homie that would do that shit. Shit, Marquise, rest in peace.
And he was nice with it like
He was
that?
nice with it like that. I remember one time, like, we were down at the carnival downtown when they used to have it at the market. Some shit popped off and whole fight broke out. Went through the whole fight, had the razor blade in his mouth, and he was fine afterwards.
Look, it is crazy because I just was about to inquire that. I was like, what if a nigga get like punched in his shit and he got the goddamn whole
That
shit
was
just
crazy. He rock bottomed this dude. I swear to God, he rock bottomed this dude. Right on the curb. I'm surprised he didn't kill his ass.
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
No, he's a real one. If he got a razor blade in his mouth, expect a rock bottom.
Fam, no.
For sure. For sure.
No, I already know me. I'm not like, I'm pretty clumsy, so like I already know. As soon as the razor blade pops my mouth, I'm bleeding, just blood everywhere, and I'm sitting there.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah. Nah,
anyway.
That's insane.
Different type of gangster, that boy.
Nah, for sure. That was definitely a different type of time, for sure. So, with Bloodsport, the EP, let's get into it, man.
All right.
Have you heard it, Bank?
I heard the one that you produced.
Thanks.
Because I was jealous. Because here we go with this shit. You know, how long did you have that beat? Did he just recently seen that?
No, I've had that for like good.
Can we tell the backstory now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please.
I'm looking to the camera because they're gonna be like, "Yo, what happened?" So, this is like fresh off of COVID, right? Ty was, first it was Ricky.
Was it before COVID? No, it was before.
No, are you sure?
It was before.
It was before?
It was before.
Okay, so it was before. So
timestamp Skrills.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, Skrills. The man. So Ricky hit me and was like, "Yo, Ty's talking about coming back," and I'm like, "All right, cool, that's what's up." But I already heard rumors about Ty, like he 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But when his foot's out, he's out. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know at the time. I'm like, where is he at with it? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, well, if it happens, it happens. I'll just wait for it. Sure enough, Ty's like, I heard the Blue album. Like, shit was fire. Like, let's sit down and let's talk. I was like, no fucking way. So I'm in there cooking up my best shit, right? Ty comes in. Yo, I want to do a project with you. In my mind, I'm losing it. So Ty and Ricky, we talk. Ty and Ricky leave. I'm telling the Skrills, I'm like, dog, it's Ty. Like, this man was on the radio, like rapping his ass off. Like, people that want to hear him come back, he wants to get on my shit. Like, come on, dog. Like, yes, let's do it. So I sent him a folder of beats. COVID hit. Pretty much deaded the project.
All that shit.
So that's why when I told people in the message, like when I made my post, like, this is just one of the beats that Ty has. Like, there's a whole project that could have happened, and he has the rest of them. So after my drive crashed, Ty has the rest of my beats.
So you got like them motherfuckers.
Well,
don't tell me some more sad shit.
I can't get a beat for shit. I had some, but then the fucking they were on my phone, and you know how. And then the Dropbox link expired. And then so I hit him because I have this other song, the hoodie season joint.
Yeah.
Do you remember the like snippet I sent you with like the skits in between the hooks? But his hard drive crashed. And so I'm gonna try to.
So nobody has this that you're talking about.
No. So he has to make beats again.
I have to make beats again.
Yeah.
If I get to that point again. We'll
Hey
see.
man, whatever we got to do, y'all out there, man. Y'all get in this nigga comments. Tell, hey, Mazi, make a fucking beat. Make a beat, Maz.
Nah, people want me to come back, man. I gotta find it again. I gotta find the itch, dog. And it's crazy. I hear samples and stuff like that to this day. I'm like, I know I could chop that up and make something crazy from it.
And I got a question for Ty here really quick.
Yeah.
So are you aware that like there's rappers out here that are familiar with you and like fear you, or do you just kind of like
right?
That are familiar and
fear you.
Fear you.
Am I aware? Not. I mean,
he's aware. I'll answer the question. He's aware. He's just super humble about it.
Well, see, I am very, but.
Because like Joe, and the only reason I ask is because since we've been doing this, there's been times where we've been on episodes where we have someone that's on the show and they spitting, they're known to spit some bars or whatever. Yeah. But we used to joke and say like, if we had to pick your fighter type of shit, right? Kind of shit. Like I'm gonna pick Ty, bro. I'm gonna fucking pick Ty because he can fucking rap his ass off, dog.
I think. I am to an extent, but the thing with rappers is it's very ego driven. So nobody's not nobody, but like a lot of people aren't gonna admit it. So I hear it here and there, like, but do
you like? I guess I don't know, believe it, or do you feel like you are better than a lot of people here?
Yes, I believe it. I do believe it because I know like when I'm locked in,
it's fact.
Like when I'm locked in.
It's game time.
I guess I've been in like, because that's how I approach it. Like, when I get on a track with you, I want you to quit rap forever.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be all love, but that's my goal. Either, like, I really want you to say, man, fuck this. Like, that's how serious I take it. Because that's the era that I came up in.
As you should, yeah.
You know? And it's nothing malicious about
Those
it,
make
but,
the
like,
best songs, though.
Yeah, you know, because that's what I used to do, like with my homeboys when we would write and we would work on shit. When we recorded on the boombox, we would just like be in a corner and just writing, and I was just trying to kill everybody, and they were trying to kill me.
Right.
And it was all about just who could one up each other, and did I make you rewrite your verse? You know, so that's really my goal. So, but yeah, I mean, I know when I'm locked in, there's a couple people that, you know, I got to go a little. Put a little extra effort in to make sure, but I'm not very like cocky or arrogant about it.
No, you're definitely not.
Because I can show you better than I can tell you, you know?
Right.
And that's kind of why I'm just
That's
like.
my Papa favorite shit to say.
Yeah. That's why I just approach it so like, yeah, you know, I'll try to do my thing.
And does that extend to like, I would imagine it extends to not just people from here, but like in general, like you're certain in your abilities.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's not just here. I honestly feel like if when I'm locked in, you can get anybody in the world, and you put me on a song with them, and I will hang. I would definitely hang.
No,
Show that.
Nobody's gonna kill me like that. I feel that wholeheartedly.
It's funny you say that too, because another person that felt that way too is Entry. What's going on? Yeah, maybe watching, but we would always ask him that too.
Yeah.
We'd be like, dog, there's any rapper who would give you a run, who would it be? And he was like, oh, it's more than likely Ty.
That's funny because I say that's who I always say too.
He was like,
time.
if any, and that's another track I was trying to work on too.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
We had one on. I think it was his Familiar Stranger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Both y'all on it?
Yeah, I remember writing that, and I was like, I gotta fucking go in on this.
Yeah.
But it makes you better. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
And I think, like you said, the competitive spirit. I think a lot of that is missing when it comes to music nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I
Because
think
people ducking that shit.
A lot of people duck it, and I think a lot of people are too. Also, I don't want to say friendly. I don't think friendly's the word.
No, they scary. They play it off as friendly, but they niggas scary. Because
And
why not rap with a nigga who good?
right? And who's only going to make you better?
He might not, even if he don't make you better. Why not rap with a nigga who good?
True.
It's only one reason. Because he raps better than me. That's what niggas will say. I rap with him. I feel the same way you feel, man. Anybody, we can get on that motherfucker.
And go
And whatever speed you want to take it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a moment in time where I used to be like, you know what? I'm just trying to make like a good song with you. I'm not trying to all out just like fuck you over on your shit.
Right.
But I feel exactly how you feel. It don't be no reason not to.
Right.
We're gonna have to get in that motherfucker. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? It's a few artists that that's hard like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, question for both of you, Bank and Ty. Like, have y'all experienced inadvertently killing somebody's shit, and then because of that, you never hear the song?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Y'all want to drop names?
No, I ain't gonna do it like that. I ain't gonna do it like that. Because it happened out, it's niggas out here.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like everybody else be real, cordial with this shit. It's just niggas out here.
And that's the worst. It's like a gift and a curse because
Like I just gave you some heat, bitch ass nigga. What are you doing? Like I love that verse. Drop it.
For real, right. And that's like why I'm at the point now where like I've tried to like with features, it's very like you could even pay me and I'll be like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
For sure. The money don't be worth it.
Yeah, because I'm at this point where like it's always just been about the creative process for me. Money's cool and all, but like, I went through a stretch where I was, doing features for money and my heart wasn't really into it. Some of it was dope. There's some good people I work with, but there was some of this shit I was just like, I don't want to fucking do this.
To force it because you got paid for it.
That payola shit dead. I don't like that shit. I don't even work like that with videos no more. Because like if I'm shooting a video for somebody, I inadvertently got to hear this song over and over. Yeah. It better not be no bullshit. Because I done edit somebody's shit. I ain't gonna say who you are, but I done edit some shit out here, and my wife was like as I'm editing, she's like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "I'm sorry." I'm just in here disrupting your peace. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go upstairs. But like for real, I'm the same way with the rap shit, man. It gotta be like, you can't pay me to get on the bullshit. It gotta be hard. It has to make me want to rap.
Why would you want to force your time and energy on something that y'all don't want?
Because it's not worth it.
It ain't
and then
worth
at the end of the day, once they do put the song out, I don't fuck with it like that anyway. Now I'm a bitch ass nigga in their eyes because they like, man, I put the song out, you don't post it. Yeah, because you suck. You know what I'm saying? But now I ain't gonna cap. Now we in a day and age where a nigga can wholeheartedly like move around that bullshit and goddamn, okay, yeah, your verse is ass, but I'm finna go ahead, flick me up a nice little Instagram clip to my verse real quick, drop that. You know what I'm saying? That'll do numbers before the song do numbers.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
Little free game.
That is a plus about it.
Yeah.
The beat's fire fucking right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do my thing to it, you know what I'm saying?
No
and then
bullshit.
chop that up, throw it on TikTok and be like, yo, this all crazy. What is this? And then they hear
Man, make a motherfucker drop it.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you force their hand to where it's like, fuck, nah, I gotta drop it. You know?
Hell yeah, my verse out there, I don't care if you drop it no more.
No, because technically it's your song then at that point. You know what I'm saying? People checking it for you. So speaking of checking, I think it's gonna be the first time on Mazi's where we do this. And it's only because the EP is conveniently 15 minutes long. You down to react to the full project?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. Come on now.
Ty, you cool with that?
You know I like some real rap music. I like some real good music, man.
All right.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think it just came together real well. You know, I want to give a shout out to Ricky, Half Price Ricky P.
Yeah. What up?
I can't forget to shout him out because, you know, I after I decided with my wife, you know, I'm gonna start doing it again. I hit him up like, hey, you know, I'm gonna start rapping again. And mid text, he's like, what's your address? And I'm like, you know, I sent him my address. He's like, all right, I got a microphone on the way.
Real
like,
one.
you know what I mean? Like off the rip, he's like, I got these speakers that I didn't use for the DJ setup. Come by, get them. Came by, got him. He's like, oh, I found this preamp. What else? You need a computer? What else? You know what I mean? I got this software that I pay for. Here you go. You know, I didn't ask for any of that. And like when I did the Glass Ceiling one, it's the same shit. Like I was just like, hey, I'm gonna start rapping. He's like, okay, cool. And he went out and bought everything. He taught himself how to he bought all his camera equipment. He taught himself how to shoot videos, all just because he loves my music and he's a solid friend, you know? And so I can't not shout him out and thank him. Because
all y'all other friends need to take notes, man. That's what a real friend do. If you really support your friend, that's how you do it. You see him
and not even support, bang. It's belief.
Remember what we said? Everything starts with belief. If you really believe in somebody, you'll go to the end of the world for that person.
Absolutely.
Right. And he's always, you know, and this time around he was like, man, he's like, I don't want anything. I just like seeing you create.
Yeah.
He's like, so I don't care what happens. Just make music.
Shouts out to you, my good sir.
Come on, Ricky.
For real.
You know the vibes. Listen, when you did the Just Rap, he was like, bro, just do these at least once a month. Yeah. Just have Ricky, just have Ty come back once a month and just drop these.
Ricky would really hit us, be like, bro, is it this week?
It's like he needs that. He's like, he needs the, you know what I mean? Because he,
shoot, if he was here right now, he'd be like, yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all set up me right now?
Right, yeah, you gonna do it now? What are we doing?
I got some beats.
So this is all the Bloodsport EP by the guest of honor to my right, Taiwan. We're going to be jumping right into track one. Scrizzle, are you going to be in control or you want me to hold it down?
Nah, you got it. I'll just have this up on the screen for now. Actually, real quick, Ty, not to put you on the spot, but
you're good.
Before we get into Bloodsport, because the way I see it, man, is that this is a question, shout out question. We had a conversation a few weeks ago. Mazi, you were there, where we kind of felt that like this is your truest project that reflects you as yourself. Because, and the reason I say that is because I've known you for a long time now. And from when you when I first heard of you, it was through The Guns Are Never Wrong.
Yeah.
And this was back in the day when you would kill beats like instrumentals, and we talked about this, Bank. And from my understanding, it was kind of like that was you, but it was also very much so influenced by Stitchy. Shout out Stitchy and some other people. Am I right or am I wrong on that?
No, you're 100%.
Okay,
I
so
knew you were gonna be on point with this shit.
You feel me? So, and And fast forward, you go through the Vandal era, and there was some, from my understanding, there was some shit that you were making at the time that wasn't really you. It was kind of, you were not influenced, but you were kind of steered that way because it was a shit that was jumping at the time.
100%.
Explain, man, how you got to Bloodsport, because like I said, man, this is you at its prime.
Yeah, no, 100%. It really was just about getting back to the essence, at least for me, because, like I said, I fell in love with the competitive sport of hip hop, the lyricism. And, for me, it was a big, like, it was big New York hip hop, like, for me, like Big L and, Pun and Jay, Nas, all the staples in New York hip hop.
Sure.
And that's what I came up on. And when I met Stitch and ended up with Vandal, like that whole mixtape, that was pretty close to kind of what I enjoyed doing. It was just bars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I didn't
hooks?
know what a hook was.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about a hook, and that was Guns Are Never Wrong, and it was well received.
Yeah.
Like it was. At the time, it was a really, really good project and solid, and it was representative of what the type of hip hop I like to do. But then, with the success of shit and you're trying to keep up, you kind of get lost in, well, I got to do this because people like this. And
Right.
it was a little bit of, label influence, a little bit of, me just trying to make people happy and shit. And so from there, it was kind of a journey of trying to keep up with, try to stay true to myself, but also like kind of one foot in each world. You know? Like trap beats started to get popular. And I'm not really a trap beat kind of guy. I don't like rapping double time or chopping and shit like that, or rapping real slow, but I tried to do it and bring my own lyrical ability. And it was all right. It was cool. But what I noticed over the years is when I would do I used to do those bars over everything.
Yeah.
Where I would just 60 bars on a beat. That's the shit that people love the most.
Right.
And so I realized that these people don't give a fuck about me making songs and hooks. I don't give a fuck about it. So why not just do what I want to do? Get some fucking grimy boom bap shit. And then Griselda made me feel like it's okay to do. And also I was like, why the fuck didn't I just do this? From
the jump.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so here we arrive at Bloodsport, and I was talking to my wife, and she really encouraged me. She's been a huge influence on me getting back into it. And she was just like, do whatever the fuck you want. Do what makes you happy. What do you want to do? And I was like, well, I just miss the competitive aspect of rap. It's like, this ain't rap, it's Bloodsport. Like, that line from Prodigy, Mobb Deep.
Right.
And she was like, name the album Bloodsport. And I was like,
That's hard.
Oh yeah, real one.
yeah. And I was like, that's perfect. So I just wanted to it's like as you listen to the album, some of the songs have hooks, but some of them just have really long verses. And I just didn't care. I just did whatever, you know what I'm saying,
You did what you
wanted to do.
That's dope, man.
Because if I was on a roll and I'm 54 bars in, fuck it. You know? It doesn't, I don't want to put a hook on this. And so, and I just try to really capture, 5 years of frustration, going through COVID, about to do the album with you, that getting stopped, feeling like, man, this shit's never gonna happen. I'm angry. I'm watching the world fall apart in front of me, watching our country fall apart in front of me, all the bullshit. It just all this fucking this anger and frustration. I put it into the pen, and I just got back to what I really love doing the most. And here we are. No influence, no outside influence. It's just whatever the fuck I want to do.
That's the best music right there.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Nah, and this it shows. It shows. This album is incredible.
Thank you so much, man.
Man, and also I think what's great too about you and the missus, dog, is like, I know sometimes you be screenshotting your text messages and y'all's text threads and stuff like that. So was you spitting these bars at her like you were battling her too? Like
she, it's funny because sometimes I be bored and I just battle her on some
that's what makes it so dope. Yo, Bank, you gotta check their page. He'll text her and just battle her like in the text messages. So
That's hard.
It's hilarious. I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
No,
You got any rebuttals?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. You know what? Real quick. it's a side story.
Yeah.
I was driving in the car one time and like I was listening to a beat. This was years back though, and I was like, "Yo, babe, freestyle, just kick some shit." I was just joking, and she's like, "Yo." Her first line was "hollows to your chest." I was like, almost crashed the car.
Damn. Ease into the guns. First, the first line should be your name or something.
Like, damn. Like, we have been going to the range, she was learning how to shoot. Now
she in there now.
Yeah. I was like, God damn.
She outside with
Real
it.
talk.
Yeah. But to get back to the question, when I would like finish writing something, she'd be like, let me hear it. And I'm like, it's funny because like I don't get nervous about the shit, but with her, I'm like, nah, I'm not ready.
Oh, man.
I definitely feel you on that, bro. I'll be able to kick her out the crib.
Yeah. Because she will tell me like straight up, she will not like be on some yes man shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm rapping and I'm looking at her and she doesn't show me. She's just like, so I'm like, she hates this shit. I'm like mid-verse and I'm just like, she don't like this shit. And then afterwards she'll be like, that shit was dumb. And I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
All right, because I didn't want to have to rewrite the whole shit.
That'd be 60 bars gone. You got to throw that away and start over from the top.
But she helped me on the beat selection too. Like, I
really?
would go through beats and she'd be like, nah, I don't like that shit.
You give her credit?
I was just about to say, did you give her the credit?
Yeah. Like on the...
Well,
I mean,
she got points?
She didn't make the beat. Well, I mean, she take...
Executive produce?
My account, my bank account is her bank account.
Okay.
All right, okay. She got her credit then.
Okay, then.
Yeah. So,
the best credit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're right. I could slide that in there. This is my first time using DistroKid, so I was just like, I'm just going to put the producer.
Shout out DistroKid.
Look, I'll show you how to do it. I got this.
Oh, okay.
Shout out DistroKid. Yeah. Sure.
Sorry, babe. If,
Nah, she gonna want her points now. She might take you to court. Well, shoot, man. Let's get into it, man. Here it is, Taiwan Bloodsport, the EP. Track 1, There Will Be Blood. Tippy top.
We do not train to be merciful here on the street, in competition. A man confronts, he's the enemy. Enemy deserves no mercy.
Organization.
Ain't no mercy for the weak. We the judge and jury, give them 30 in the street. I've been up for days, I ain't been asleep. All I do is put in work and annihilate these beats. Yeah. Moving proper, smooth as vodka, it's the new Sinatra. Swooping like the chupacabra when I shoot the chopper. Them shooter shots you, now you sleep and need a group of doctors. Lose the copper, stay discreet, we like some Jewish mobsters. Then have somebody drop you at the tabernacle. Body shot, karate chop you in the Adam's apple. I'm in a lavish castle, weighing working, bagging capsules. About to cop a 2-piece hot from Pete's and grab a snapple.
What's up?
Fucking lean, we ducking knocks and D's. Spark the trees, whip the wheel, I'm about to park the V. Extra clips in case I miss, I'm about to chalk the streets. You talking beef, but you a bitch, ain't got the heart to squeeze. Run this pistol across your cheek and have you coughing teeth. For popping off, we about to leave you in a coffin sleep. Catch a body, wipe the wheel, then run and toss the heat. Talk is cheap, so shut your mouth and let them bosses speak. I'm off the leash, I fought the beast and you just soft and weak. Like Dawson's Creek, you call police and then you all retreat. We'll throw a slug, you need a plug just like a faucet leak. So much blood to have to salt the streets, now that's the cost of peace. Fire shots, retire ops and then acquire blocks. Supply the spot and ride the drop until the tires pop. Only buzz you ever had was when the dryer stopped. Suited up, about to get it popping like some riot cops. Fuck off.
The last time that I saw as much gun violence was back in Washington, D.C. in the late 80s and 90s. Today, it seems that at the
that record is tough.
Who made that beat?
Culture Beats.
Culture Beats?
Yeah.
Shout out Culture, what's going on?
He followed me on Instagram like one day and I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
And then he's really good at like creating content for his beats. So I just started checking out some of his beats and came across this one. I was like, this shit is fucking crazy.
Nah.
Just got to start the album off.
I was gonna say that was definitely a way to set the tone.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
When I first heard this, I was like, oh,
Especially with it called Bloodsport, it gave me that, oh, somebody finna die.
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna die feeling.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I was looking for the hoodie in the middle of, you know what I'm saying? Middle of the heat, like ready to throw it over, like what's happening?
That's that bleach bath music. If you know, you know.
So real quick, Ty. Again, going back to from when I first heard you, man. Was it always your influence as far as inserting like movie clips? Was even back then, or is that just something that stuck from back then till now?
I think it stuck. That was not my influence. I was just really focused on writing bars. Like I was really young. Like so, I just wrote the raps and went and recorded it. And Stitch and Wes and who we record? Donnie Singleton. We recorded it over there. They were part of putting it all together. I don't know who like sat and got all the movie clips, but that was like back in the day where you would plug in like the fucking TV and like
Right.
the DVD player and shit.
Oh my God.
So that was more their influence, but I think it just kind of stuck. Now, just trying to fill in the gaps because I'm not real good at just saying shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't have
You can't
cool
get on
shit
your
to
phone
say.
flex and
Yeah, you know.
I feel it.
Yeah, so
I feel it. That shit gets stale.
I was gonna say like if you ask me like the the movie clips, it helps tell a story. It paints the picture.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It definitely creates the tone and it keeps, you know, like, okay, like this is some real shit we about to get into. You know what I mean? So we about to get into the next one, track 2, Death Touch.
Is this the one with the star on that motherfucker?
Yeah.
Let's check this out.
Yeah, woke up early, had to clean the strap. The rap scene is whack, think I had a dream, I'm back, bitch. Saran wrap, Vaseline a pack, load the 45, bet what's in this magazine hat. I'm like a damn machine, hit you, rip through half your spleen, flip you like a trampoline.
Where my motherfucking Timberlands at, man?
Hands are dirty, kept it sturdy.
Ty got 'em.
I had a team, dollar in this bitch, letting 30 out the magazine. First 48, I'm a Norman Basia. Scorch and bake it when I'm rhyming, I'm a force in nature. Orchestrate your disappearance, turn your corpse to vapor. Twin rail guns like a racer, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hire out of town, hitters, outsource your labor. Yeah, that shit'll cost you paper, but it's hard to trace you. Catch you slipping and it's penance for your poor behavior. Put that 40 on you, have you praying to your Lord and Savior.
Yeah, this bitch hard as a motherfucker.
All sorts of favors.
This is Black Air Force One and Timberland energy mix for sure.
When you young and getting paper, then they force to cage you. And it don't matter what you say, cause no remorse can save you.
Hell no.
Pistol cocking, about to get it poppin'. Drive by, spray your whip and tell your bitch to hop in. That's what you get for all that shit you talking. Crash your wake, smash the cake, run up and flip your coffin. Head of chest, you get to pick the option. Stash box to fit the Glock and hollow tips to stop.
Hold up. You got a question, Ben? You got a question, dog?
Y'all seen it hit me, right? It hit me like it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, bro, this shit crazy. Man, if the first track kind of gave me like the Locks feel, you know what I'm saying? But this is giving me real Dipset. Like no bullshit.
That's dope.
This is giving me like Jones feel, like when he was in his highest of the highest when he had everybody wearing them different belts in there. Man, what? This is giving me that feel,
Man,
bro.
I'm like, and the thing that impresses me the most, like when it comes to rappers, is the wordplay and how they string shit together.
Come on now.
And how you're finishing each bar with the same, like, fam, like it's crazy to me.
I appreciate it, man.
It's you don't hear shit like that.
It's very few rappers who do that.
Very few.
And
you can make count on one hand who do shit like this, bro.
Can you name one off the top? I name one every time I bring that up.
I mean, besides Ty.
Name another.
Eminem is another one. M do that shit.
Yeah, but
when it comes to M's wordplay, it's fucking crazy.
Because M, it's not even just that end part. He's literally rhyming every syllable of the entire bar.
Right.
Yeah,
and that sometimes gets a little too much. I was gonna say Dom Kennedy.
Dom?
Yes.
Yes,
if you listen to a Dom verse, he'll
Dom
hold on to a rhyme scheme and it won't get boring.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? He'll damn near do it the whole song. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say Jada too. Jada do that too.
And that's why I was feeling the Locks feel from. I was like, man, this nigga going off right now. He giving me that Jada Jim shit.
Yeah.
I guess I don't realize, like, sometimes things become second nature. But yeah, there's a lot of mechanics to it that go into it.
For sure.
But that's what makes you great.
Yes.
I could tell you have a high musical IQ, especially for hip hop.
Yeah,
you can tell
studied a
when you hear
lot of different shit. Yeah, but it was also too just coming up with my friends from high school days, and they were spitters too. So it was about at the time it was about just saying the craziest shit that you could say, like the hardest shit, and saying it in a way that was like crafty and clever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I also remember that.
And that reminds me of the school. Like I could tell you studied Big L a lot too.
Oh yeah,
because the way Big L set shit up and his rhyme schemes and stuff like that, and his delivery was
Big L was a huge influence, man. Like it's funny. Like I didn't even because just being in Texas, you don't get the act. Well, you didn't at the time get the access to that.
You from Texas?
I've been here since '95, so yeah, I've spent most of my life here.
Okay.
But I saw it was a commercial for his album that dropped. Was it Flamboyant? Was that the name?
Yeah.
And just off the commercial, I was like,
yeah.
And then I went to because we didn't have like YouTube and all that shit.
Right.
And so I went to Best Buy and I just got all the Big L albums.
Yeah.
And I was like, this shit is fucking incredible.
It's incredible. Lifestyles of the Rich and Dangerous.
No,
like that one.
right. And I was like, he's dead? Like, fuck.
Yeah. When I saw when I heard, so the first time I heard Big L was the Big Picture album.
That's the Flamboyant was the single on it. Big Picture. That was
the Big Picture.
Yeah.
Now I heard that. Now I heard Holding It Down. That was the first thing I heard from him, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And then I bought the album and I heard the Ebonics freestyle, which is crazy. Then there was the famous Stretch and Bob freestyle that he went up on there.
Was it 98 freestyle? Or the one with Jay-Z?
My fault. 98. The 98 freestyle. That's what it was.
Fuck all the glamours and glitz. I'm planning to get rich. I'm from New York, but never was a fan of the Knicks.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Popping it.
This man said... that
was a Beavis Butthead line.
Yes, the Beavis Butthead line. As Beavis, I get nothing but head.
Yeah. That was the line that really, I was like...
Yeah. Same.
I got to figure out how to do this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I heard that line, everything stopped for me. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And that's when I went back and heard all this other old shit. And then what was the other punchline for me was I wouldn't give a bitch 10 cents for extra cheese on the Whopper. I was like, all right.
I feel it. Because that's unnecessary. It should come with cheese. Like, it should just come with cheese. I hate when motherfuckers... I know that's so off topic, but I hate when motherfuckers be like, do you want cheese on your burger? Bitch ass nigga. Do you want your job? You ask me some crazy ass shit like that, I'll call corporate on you, man. Talking about, do I want cheese on the burger? I don't understand why that comes without an option. Like, I should have to ask you to take that motherfucker off. Really? I don't understand who gets a hamburger anyway, but that's here nor there. Yeah, I don't 10 cents cheese on some Whopper.
If it's that anymore.
Right. Oh no, they probably want a whole $50.
$1, yeah.
And then here we are, track 3, Black Dragon Society.
Different man, but I am back from under the ground.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Close
Real
your
quick.
eyes.
Placing this track along with these other monsters in there, I felt like, I'll be honest, I was the odd one out. I felt like this sound kind of stuck out away from everybody else. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but for me, I was kind of like, this sounds different from everything else.
Yeah,
or is that just me?
I mean, I understand that.
Yeah?
I understand that.
Okay.
But it's good to kind of break up
it up,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why I put it in the middle. It's actually my favorite song on the album.
You're just saying that because you're here. Stop it.
No, it's the truth.
He said, don't cat me down, my boy.
You're a liar.
Stop.
Nah, for real though.
For real?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Because I think it kind of like, I think for me, it was a little bit more personal. Like the shit I talked about was a little bit more about coming back. And whereas like a lot of the other shit, it's just bars. You know
Gotcha.
What I mean? But this, a little more introspective, if you will.
My type of music.
Yeah.
Even hearing it and, listen to the body of work in its entirety, from top to bottom, and still to this day, and I hear it, and even you telling me this and how it fits and everything, I got nervous because I'm like, just from a fan's perspective, and coming from, I'm like, how will people receive this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, for it to kind of stick out like this and stuff like that.
I told you, it's been Shazammed more than any other song on the album. So, yeah. Like, what did I say, 12, 14 times in last week?
Shout out to the Shazammers out there.
Hey, shout out to y'all. Keep Shazamming, you know what I'm saying?
Keep Shazamming, man.
Keep Shazamming. All right,
God damn it.
Here we go. Northwest was happening. And the 16s is,
Yeah, I see why this gets Shazam for sure.
Guess I'm back the way I left it. Yeah, I guess me being back is unexpected. They take it back cause I don't rap like I'm from Texas. Well, that's subjective. If you ask, it's all perspective. It's a fact that I'm respected for my craft and I perfected. It's impressive. I don't look like I could rap, but I could wreck shit. If you don't look like how you trap, they won't suspect it.
This shit hard.
With a pistol and a stash, who'd ever guess it? I was reckless as an adolescent. Ain't no question, I was reppin', always had a presence. Packing Wessons, Mac 11s, automatic weapons.
Yeah, so far this is my favorite for sure.
Tragic lesson, I've been stressing, praying for direction. For a decade, I've been destined, waiting for a blessing. I made investments in my future, but I ain't progressing. More like regression, it ain't easy to maintain your leverage. We made exceptions, got so focused, I became obsessive. I lost sight of who I was, had to change directions. Couple folks along the way I had to make amends with. Let's take it back to where I started and reclaim the essence. This shit depressing, man, the game is feeling unfamiliar. They never value who you are till somebody kill you.
Hold on.
Hey man, you popping your motherfucking shit.
Listen, that's why
hands
I like
down
this
my favorite song.
My favorite. Yeah.
Hands down my favorite song.
Let's unpack a lot of this for a little bit.
Look, I love good rapping, but I love good rapping with soul, feel, and you, man, the shit you saying, man, come on now.
That introspective shit to where it's just
my
like,
God,
hold
bro.
on, bro, hold on. Let's unpack this a little bit, man. So, obviously, you, like you were saying, you were going through a tough time, you know, even it sounds like, you know, maybe a battle of depression a little bit, you know, with, you know, head first in this and, you know, running back to it and having a halt on things. And
you know, it really kind of tells a story about, like, when I said reclaim the essence, it's like getting back to what I want to do.
Right.
You know, I think for me, music was all that I ever wanted to do. Like, if you asked me, like, as a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, I didn't know until I fell in love with hip hop and I started rapping. I was never like, I want to be a doctor. Like, I want to do this. I want to be like, I never dreamed about just giving up my labor. You know, I don't want, like, I never dreamed about working. You know, to me, this wasn't work. This is a passion. And so realizing that the thing you love most is not going to happen, or, you know, maybe it would have if I kept going, but I hit a place where I couldn't see the end of the tunnel anymore. I couldn't see what I was trying to get. And I started to not love the thing that I've always loved. And I just focused on, you know, I settled down, you know, had a family and my daughter and, you know, greatest thing I've ever done, greatest accomplishment is having my family, my kids.
Absolutely.
But, you know, as a man, just, you know, you work, you provide for your family, your father, you're there to support your partner and just, you know, all the things you do. And if you don't have, like, an outlet, you don't have anywhere to put all this shit because, you know, we feel shit too, we just don't like to talk about it. Yeah. We don't know how to talk about it.
Sure.
So you've got all these feelings that everybody else feels and if you don't have anywhere to put it, it can be really difficult, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, my wife she's amazing and she's really taught me how to really get in touch with my shit and just talk to her and be vulnerable. And that's really helped. And I think that's why she encouraged the music because she knew it was an outlet for me. But, you know, for a while, I got 6 years, my head down, just working, just killing myself, making money, you know, just trying to be there for the family, take care of everything, steer the ship, if you will. And it got to a point where I think every guy gets there. Maybe not every guy, but most, you know.
Sure.
Where we get to a point where we're just about to break.
Yeah.
You know? And music has always been that. I think that's why music, I didn't really fall into this state or this feeling when I had music, because I always had the outlet. But then I went all these years without it, and it kind of built up. And then with COVID, having a newborn and all that bullshit, you know. So when I was writing this record, it was really about just telling my story. I think that's why I like it so much. But I still try to keep the mechanics of the lyrics.
Yeah.
You know
no, it's still there.
The lyrics are still there.
You know what I mean?
I can still hear the craft, but the story is a lot much appreciated for sure.
For sure.
Definitely.
I'm glad,
especially the story you just shared right now, because there's a lot of people who feel that way and don't even want to say that they've had that moment where like, hey man, like usually I would like help people piece shit together, but I'll let you run with that one because that's like I done felt that many times. So I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have, likewise. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. When you get to that, what the fuck is going on?
Right. Is this life?
Right.
For
exactly.
the rest of life, you know. I still struggle with that, you know.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 6 years without music?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I can't do it. Like I have to record every day because if I go without it, like it's I ain't never went that long.
Yeah, it really got, and you know, I remember like when I decided, I actually had an album done and I was just listening to it. And it was kind of funny because there was like a storm and like a tornado outside, like the power went off and shit. It was like very cinematic. But I was sitting there and I'm like, man, what are you doing? Nobody's gonna listen to this shit. Nobody's gonna give a fuck. You're putting all your time and effort into this. It's not gonna go nowhere. You don't even really like the shit that you just made. You know what I mean? It was just, I couldn't see it anymore. I couldn't like see where I was going. And I always could see it before. I always had like that, you know, as an artist, I'm sure you can relate. You have that dream of what success looks like. And that's what keeps you going. But I couldn't see it no more. And I just said, man, fuck this.
Was this project Glass Ceiling 3?
Glass Ceiling 2, yeah.
Oh, 2?
Yeah.
Glass Ceiling 2, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to do this no more. And I stopped, and I didn't listen to rap. I didn't listen to none of that shit. Like, I honestly, I was like, well, let me try country and see if
this nigga went everywhere but rap.
Yeah. But country does have some, they got some
shit on there, too. They do.
They have very talented songwriters.
I feel like nowadays, like today's country is reminiscent with older sounding R&B.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, 100%.
As far as like the way it's put together.
Yeah.
For sure.
I from time to time listen to the country because you know the San Antonio rap radio ain't really the best right now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I rap.
What it is.
Niggas are they like, fuck him. Hey man, y'all don't play nothing anyway. Fuck it.
Nah, but I mean that's for us to control though. I'll talk off air about that.
For sure, so.
I'm gonna try to break ground and do something.
Yeah, well, fuck it. I stand in my statement, man.
Let's get back to this though.
Man, I swear there's nothing real. I just speak the truth, and you can look me in my eyes.
Perfect spot
if you need some proof.
Perfect pick up
the
at.
hand that I was dealt. I came too far to fold it. This life is hard. I swear to God, I got the scars to show it. When you get shot, you go in shock. They say you hardly notice. You start to focus on the shit you never stop to notice.
Yeah.
So watch for vultures, man. They out there and they got the motive.
Facts.
That's why I'm riding around strapped, bitch, lock and loaded. How you glorify the trap when you claustrophobic? Yo, bitch ass all them numbers and you lost composure.
Yeah.
Trying to be something you now, you let it all control you. We've been at war with the powers, this shit is far from over. So rest in peace to all my fallen soldiers. This last run is for the soul, you can call it closure.
Wait. Hey.
What's
Not
up?
even gonna cap. This is my favorite record. No
favorite
bullshit.
record?
No, this one going in the library, brother.
Appreciate it.
This one personally going in the library. I like shit like that.
Yeah.
We've been through hell and back, but we still intact. You can run and tell them that. Yeah, it's welcome back. Grab a bottle, we gon' pop one. P told me talk my shit, so I'ma talk some.
What up?
To give it, dawg, we really lived it. Just cause we grown now, don't fuck around and get it twisted. A few of us had made it out, a couple friends that didn't. Ducking extradition, trying to fight a fair conviction. Life's a bitch, that's why we look at shit so pessimistic. I feel your pain, we all the same, I just express it different. Ain't no practice games, ain't no exhibition. It's the finals for the title, Michael next to Pippen.
your success is driven by nepotism. I'm the best at spitting and still I've been met with skepticism. Respect is given, my specialism to bless the rhythm to the dead in prison and heads are spinning like exorcisms. They never listen, they just imitate. You
even the ad-lib, what the fuck?
Been a fake, you don't create, you just assimilate. Intimidate, who bitch, you just a dinner plate. Looking like food, we cook them through, come and get a taste.
My side, your side, Northwest side, we open it.
Northwest, y'all got one. Listen.
No bullshit. Y'all got one for sure. Yeah.
We made it out the trap, been through hell and back, but we still intact. You can run and tell them that. Yeah, it's welcome back. Grab a bottle, we gon' pop one. P told me talk my shit, so I'ma talk some.
Yeah, that motherfucker crazy.
Straight into Kumite. Skrill shooting a slight promo. You know what I'm saying?
Something light.
Anytime they hear me rap, they sit back and they listen. It's almost like I'm cooking crack and I'm
back in the kitchen, yeah.
I'm breaking down a pack in the trap and I'm pitching. I see the way that they react and relapse when it hits them. Only thing you do is cap. Is it fact, is it fiction? And they don't rap the way I rap cause they lack the precision. I'm dedicated to my craft like I practice religion. I pay contrition for my acts and my past I'm forgiven. Now I'm dressing all black with a tactical vision. Screw the suppressor on the strap and I'm slapping the clipping. When I aim this shit exact like a mathematician, I'm about to split your ass in half like a massive division.
Talk your shit, nigga.
I don't think these young cats really grasp when I'm spitting. They lack the wisdom to adapt, now they trapped in the system. Just a savage on the loose and I'm match the description. I attack with conviction, bitch, I ain't asking permission.
Nah.
It's hard to find a fellow rhyming on this kind of level. No time to settle, I shine, you can't confine a rebel. I'm like a diamond bezel, blinding like I'm grinding metal. Anytime you play with that fire, you bound to find a devil. I'm monumental, I got credentials, you non-essential. Inconsequential, you simple, you couldn't find a temple. I'm kinda mental, I slide this pencil inside your temple. Throw a Molotov through your window, they'll never find your dental.
God!
Adjust your speakers, let's pull up some bleachers. Pay attention, class in session, it's your trusted teacher. I scuff your sneakers, go to church and uppercut your preacher. Plus the shit I'm cooking up enough to rupture your beakers. I ain't seek you like the Reaper, I'll pull up and sleep you. Punch your female out your leg, then pick it up and beat you. Punch the Justin Bieber.
What the fuck is going on? Listen, that's the one.
You can tell he had some shit bottled up. I can hear them years in this music.
The one. Now listen,
what the Reverend do to get uppercut like that?
What didn't he do?
No, but the one that got me was the punch a femur out your leg, pick it up and beat you.
That's some real Mortal Kombat. Whoopsie. No, make sure to do that in the ad-lib.
I kind of tapped into that's like when I was coming up when I was younger. That's the kind of shit we would say. Like, what can I say that's just fucking ridiculous?
Like super crazy. I feel you on that.
Because I'll be honest, like the only person I could hear say a rhyme like that besides you would be like Sean Price. If Sean Price says something like that, like R.I.P. Sean Price, because of course Sean Price would be the one rapping out of nowhere, and I don't know, and he could be rapping his ass off. Then they'll tell the story about how he punched somebody and they flew out the pizza shop window. Yeah, punch rappers out pizza shop windows. I'm like, are you listening to Sean?
Yeah, I was listening to him the other day. Man.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, R.I.P.
I got
from out here.
No, he from New York.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Bro.
Shoot me the link.
I got you.
Lace me up. You know I like it.
No, Sean. Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
And your last suggestion was fire, so you know you got a credit in my book.
Acting like to come and see a bitch. I stuffed the freezer full of rappers I cut up with cleavers. Fucking divas, you a rat and I don't fuck with neither. The streets was asking for that crack and got that fucking ether. Talking 25 a verse, you don't get nothing cheaper. Cause if you whack and want a feature, I'ma fucking bleed.
That's a line right there.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about earlier. If you wag, I'ma fucking bleed you.
Well, that's when we was doing it for the money. I definitely done that before. Niggas send me some bullshit. I'm like, yeah, I definitely need I need 1,500 cash. All dubs facing the same way. None wrinkled.
Nothing flipped, nothing listen.
In a briefcase. He's like, in a briefcase. Yeah. That one stack of money wobbling around in the briefcase. I always wanted a payment in the briefcase.
With the handcuffs.
Handcuffs, yeah, I think that was everybody's dream at one point, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Got that set the tone flow, you need that methadone flow. Still these rappers talking about I'm never gon' blow. Bitch, I'll slap you across the earth with a telephone pole. Let's go. On me. Shit is hot in these streets. And they don't give a fuck what you think. The shoot first, just like the police.
Facts.
You know I got a thing on me. Shit is hot in these streets. And they don't give a fuck what you think. The shoot first, just like the police.
Hard.
And then the motherfucker.
What set are you repping?
Chaos in the Corridors. I'll be honest.
Next time you are.
It's probably my favorite record on the project, bro.
It's low key, a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah, it's a nice record, bro. I promise you.
Hey, yo, we come through. Fuck it, you gon' do? Karate chop bricks like I do kung fu. All the war sons do, 22 guns drew. We told your man run his chain, now you run your suit, so run it.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, no, that's hard.
Bricks like I do kung fu. All the war sons do, 22 guns drew.
Shout out Sun Tzu.
You know what I'm saying?
You run your suit, so yo, I rap like crack when it hit. Y'all came back for the fix. It's Teddy Mac, new Jack in his bitch.
God damn!
Yo, real quick, sorry.
What the fuck?
Yo, and real quick, Ty, tell the story of Teddy Mac.
Okay, so Teddy Mac, I was we were watching Snowfall, and my wife was like, "You fucking look like Teddy McDonald." And so like did I take a picture like next to it and then I posted it on Facebook?
I think you might have.
Yeah, I think you might have.
Motherfuckers were like, yeah, you look like him. So then started, Teddy Mac. I was trying to think of Teddy Mac, Teddy McElroy, Mac Uno, Mac, and so I just slid it into the, oh wow,
He's about to pull it up. Here we go.
got the receipts. Yeah. Well, did you
I
fucking
had like
save
crashed
it?
back first when it hit. Yeah, that shit. Man, you started off going crazy.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. It had a good little swing to it.
I was
No,
gonna
it
say,
definitely did. It definitely did. And then 1 2 1 2. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There it is,
right there.
Y'all gonna put this on the episode, right?
Yes.
Oh my god, dog. Hey, no bullshit. Yeah, man.
I feel like we got to run the back record now back. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That definitely look like your cousin or something like that.
Yeah.
Like y'all definitely post up. Why y'all making the same face too? What is up with that? Why y'all both got that?
For real. I look like the most hated man.
Oh my god.
He ain't had to do Saint like that.
Real talk, bro. Should just gave that nigga his money back, man.
Now people gonna look at you in the streets some type of
Give
way,
a little
bro.
nigga his balls back, Teddy.
Word.
I rap like crack when it hit. Y'all came back for the fix. It's Teddy Mac, new Jack in his bitch.
Yeah.
J-Backs, attack him with the clap and the kick. And shit, some might even say the way I rap is a gift. I used to break a pack in a 16. Cash rolls, everything around me. You stack and you flip. You either traffic in the brick, on track to get rich. Or you rapping
like how you
about
rolled
trapping
that.
on
Yeah.
the
That was smooth. That was
I'ma take
smooth.
it way back, brown sack with the slits, half of a zip. You can smell it for the plastic is ripped. Killing time, waiting for the package to ship. Rapping a split, double cup with the activist mix. Holy shit, I'm about to massacre this. You're facing maximum risk. My pen is pandemic, pathogen sick. Stab him with a javelin and make his abdomen rip. Collapsing and split in half just like a vanishing trick. Leave your whole clique mannequin stiff. Keep the cannons equipped, blame at your whip and leave your man in the ditch. You ain't flexing for the gram, always flashing your wrist, brandishing sticks. You ain't tough, you just a masculine bitch. Throw your ass out of plane.
Oh my God.
That's why you better keep a strap on your hip. If you lack, you get hit. Your head cracks, skull fraction and split. I rap till I black out. It's like an ambient trip. I'm Jordan in Game 6 for the championship.
Right.
War for the family. Tell him hand me the grip. Then bulletproof the whole whip with adamantium, bitch.
All right, pause it.
What in the
That's the
fuck?
line I heard, Ty, that I was like, hold on, man. I paused that shit.
Gotta Google some
He
shit,
said,
huh?
Yeah,
fresh off the whip with adamantium, made out of adamantium and shit.
Adamantium, man.
Adamantium.
I don't even know how you spell that.
For those who don't know, it's fucking Wolverine's
Wolverine. Yeah.
claws. You can't shoot it.
Right.
His whole skeleton, I think, is made.
His whole
out of-
skeleton.
Yeah, I'll say his
Right.
whole skeleton.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey,
Proceed.
man.
No, so wait.
Round.
Now thinking about Wolverine, like I was sidebar. Having those a producer that was streaming the other day. He was flipping the old X-Men animated series theme. Right, he was chopping it up.
Did it come out any good?
I didn't finish the stream.
Okay,
but
couldn't have been that
because there was a sidebar where they were talking about Wolverine's height, and I kind of wanted to fact check it. If he's 5'3",
Of course he is.
He is?
Wouldn't he be? Everybody.
He can't be that tall, and he hunched over and shit. He always got his legs spread out. So goddamn,
it's Wolverine's height, because if Wolverine is 5'3", it makes sense.
Yeah, he got a little man complex.
He got a little man complex, and he's willing to have all the smoke.
Yep.
Wolverine's 5'3". Wow.
Yep. You can tell he 5'3" too. That nigga sent that bitch through the roof in a heartbeat. Like,
a lot of our favorite rappers were short. Well, our short
no,
as
what do you
fuck.
mean?
Like,
Y'all favorite rappers? All these little niggas
All
is little
of them,
niggas. They little as fuck.
It's
I met Big Boy when I was a sophomore. Big Boy from Outkast. I met him in Savannah. I was taller than that nigga then.
Wow. That's crazy.
My mom was taller than Ludacris.
I know T.I.'s like 5'6".
It's shorter than the motherfucker. Camera angles.
How does that work though? Why are all the like successful rappers really short?
It's camera angles. No, all the successful people are really short. Floyd's short.
Right, even actors and shit. Like what the fuck?
Like we think everybody is like, man, Blueface is tall as shit. No, he's actually our height. Average nigga height.
Right.
He just looked tall compared to everybody else.
Right.
Like motherfuckers be short as fuck. We think they big, but they really not. They be average ass height people.
Wild. Yeah.
That's wild.
Super crazy.
It's crazy.
It's a tip. So it barely make a sound when it kick. Road trip, gotta travel out of town with the blick. You never safe out of bounds, fuck around and get zip. Lay a motherfucker down if he snitch. Spin around with the fifth and drown your bitch in a fountain of piss. Count chips while we sitting on a mountain of bricks. Few 100,000 off the flip for the account of rent. Hey, yo,
Hey man.
Man, Banks took his glasses off.
No, cause nigga look me in my face. The piss?
Yeah. You know, I was a little out of line for that.
No. I mean, I wouldn't say out of line. Your ass is blacking out on this motherfucker.
It rhymes so well.
So immaculately that you kind of had to do it.
I had to. I was like, this is.
You had to finish it off.
This is a little outlandish, but it's a good. I gotta put it in there.
And look, I was gonna tell you that I appreciate that you do that, because it's a lot of times that as an artist you'll get to a part in the song you like, man, this would rhyme really good with it, but like, what instance would I have saying this?
Yeah.
Like what? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you putting the motherfuckers together on this bitch,
right?
Appreciate you, man.
For real. That man, I ain't gonna lie. 3 and 5 is them motherfuckers going to the library.
Nice.
I'm telling you, man, this is a hard project. If y'all don't have it right now, y'all need to go cop this. You
gonna keep cooking up? This ain't gonna be
That's
like
the
your
plan,
end, right?
No,
yeah.
that's
So
the
I was gonna
plan.
say, let's talk about it right now.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Are you still going?
Yeah, and that's the plan, man. I'm still going. I actually got I'm still writing.
I might have a little time for you.
You know, timelines. You know, with the new baby and shit.
Sure.
Yeah, congrats on that too.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You know, so it'll come when it comes, but you know, I'm definitely. I think I need this outlet. It's therapeutic. So.
Don't rush it.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, never that.
Even if you don't drop, still continue to
be in
the notions of for
100%,
sure.
100%.
So,
absolutely.
With that being said, spinning the block on Just Rap.
Oh yeah, you already know.
That motherfucker did numbers.
He's trying. He's about to go viral again, y'all.
That's the goal.
Taiwan, aka Viral King.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
So I've also seen that you've kind of found a nice community on TikTok. That people, you know, of people who enjoy actual, you know, bars.
Also,
and
don't forget World Star Latin too.
Yeah. Yo, shout out. Quick side note, man. It's an inside joke, man. But fucking Ricky's an evil genius, bro.
He had it posted on the World Star Latin page, dog, and then
But I'll tell the story. I mean,
the Puerto Ricans came out and was like,
bro.
Nah, they was claiming them
as the
no bullshit.
As the video is going viral, bro, he keeps posting. He goes to all the videos and he says best Dominican rapper ever.
Oh my god!
And so
they papi.
And
Papi's the truth.
And then so you know people start to like the comments like hell yeah, you know what I mean. And then I get like this notification and it's like World Star Latin tagging me like yo Taiwan went the fuck off and I'm like I text Rick I say you do this shit. He's like yeah I did it. He did it just to troll me, so he paid the promotional to put it on.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, if I start getting Puerto Ricans from the Bronx inboxing me and asking me if I'm Puerto, I cannot lie. You know what I mean?
No bullshit.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like not say, you know. So
Right.
I start getting these DMs on Instagram, and I see, and it's like you go to the page, you got,
They got
the
the
Puerto
flags
Rican
in
flag, and I'm like, and I'm just like, please don't start speaking Spanish because I don't like. I could try to use. I'm like, can I do Google Translate?
Hell
Right,
no.
Google
Hell no.
Translate.
Hey, they gonna know. They gonna look at it.
And I'm like, please don't ask me questions that I should know but don't know. And like, I remember, and sure enough, dude was like, man, hey, you really killed that shit, you know. And I know good hip hop. I'm from the Bronx, and I know, and it happened.
He was saying, yeah, you putting on for us, man.
You know
He was
what I'm
like, I'm not.
I'm like, dog, you're gonna get me canceled. What the fuck? But it's his fault. He does that. Actually, I had some shit the other day. Some dude, like, he was like real supportive, and then he was like, wait, are you Latino? I was like, nah, bro. And he was like, well, what are you? And then I told him, and then he never wrote back. I was like, damn, all right.
Yo, that's wild.
Hey, I bet you when you responded, he looked at funny. Like, what?
He said, what? He ain't one of us.
He looked off to that camera that don't exist. He looked down at his phone.
Right. That Big Sean thing on SNL. Like,
No bullshit.
nah, that's funny, man. Because listen, because there was a theme here that I had on the show planned, and it was based off the title of your project. And I think this has to do with your history and everything, too. The theme was the glass ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at some point or one point or another, including me as a producer, I'm sure y'all artists, Screws included, I think we've all hit that glass ceiling at one point to where it was just like, can we break through?
Yeah.
Obviously there's something here and I can't get around it. I guess now with the way technology and everything like that is, I feel like we can somehow move past it.
Yeah.
Especially, if you're not looking for a label, you're kind of just doing this, depending what you want to do this for. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that want to do it to get paid off of it, obviously make a living. Then there's some people that's, this is therapeutic, and if something happens, it happens. Right. You know what I'm saying? Where do your views of the glass ceiling and things of that nature?
Well, I think now it's more possible than ever to do it independently.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I was definitely going to say, you don't even need a label.
You really don't.
A label is just a group of motherfuckers who outsource everything.
Yeah.
Everything they used to do, they don't got
It's a tool. It's a mechanism that can help, but
they just know niggas that you don't know.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's definitely possible. But it is weird, like, wondering, like, when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? What will it take? Because I'll be honest, when I posted the video on TikTok, my wife was like, you got to do TikTok. I didn't, I was, like, not posting shit. And
right.
I was like, oh, okay. And that shit just took the fuck off. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Well, let me post some more shit. And then it's like,
Bro, I feel like TikTok do that shit on purpose.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, the algorithm is weird on there, man.
Because the first shit I posted, it did some numbers, and I was like, oh, I maybe should be on TikTok then.
Right.
Start posting other shit, and I'm just like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna post it whenever the fuck I want to post it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I'm sure the more consistent you are, I mean, you guys are very consistent, and I'm sure you've seen growth. You've seen it.
Yeah,
You've
sure
seen
that.
the fruits of your labor, So, I think to simply answer your question, I think it is possible. I don't know what it takes. There's probably some luck involved, talent, skill, and consistency.
Yeah,
you need all that. It's fine.
You know what I kind of think? What I've come to see and realize that is a lot of the shit is based off the look and tone of your video. Like, if you're rapping on camera and you post it on Instagram and it's in the video format, won't go as far. If it's in the real format, it'll go a little further. Yeah. If you got the caption of what you're saying on there, it takes smooth the fuck off for no reason because it's in the algorithm of everything else that looks like this already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they purposely boost those type of posts, and I've seen that for sure in firsthand. That's what, man. So y'all see them little captions on my shit now. You know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. Would I prefer to do it? Not really, but that's the type of shit we in, man. That's what you sign up for, man. To get people to hear it at least. because a lot of people, I guess, the glass ceiling is really dependent upon like what you like and what you appreciate. Because I feel like what your takeaway is from all this shit, if you always have a positive takeaway, no matter what the fuck the situation is, then the glass ceiling kind of won't ever exist.
Right.
Because the glass ceiling is really your own expectations. You're like, I'm supposed to be here, so I'm here right now. So what's keeping me from getting there? You know what I'm saying? When whole time, the only reason you ain't got there is because you ain't appreciated where you at right now to get you to the next steps.
And I think a lot of times, you know, or from, because I've been, like I said, I've known Ty for a long time, and just from outside looking in, you had stints in these big kind of groups that the work seemed like they were doing a lot of work, but it was just almost spinning like their wheels.
I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
You feel me?
Kind of running in place.
Exactly. Because, you know, and this is kind of where I want to segue to some of the history of Ty, and I believe it was 2000, either 5 or 6, but.
We heard out from SA on the radio?
Yeah, I think that was 5.
That was 5.
Right. So we had never, I mean, you had rappers and stuff here, you know, locally or whatever that happened to be on the radio, but not that got the spin that Ty got.
Dog. Fun fact. I was on my way to school. It was 7:45 in the morning. I hear you on the radio. Mind you, Ty won. Like, I heard the name, but obviously it was from the radio, and I'm just like, this is crazy, because what they did was they played y'all song first, the I'm from SA, then they blended in with Ja Rule's I'm from New York, and I'm like, it blew me away. Just like, yo, this is someone from the city that's on the radio. Like, that's crazy.
It was a crazy time.
So if you can, I guess my question, Ty, is like, it just seemed to the outside looking in, we're like, oh shit, he made it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, he's got the support of the radio station, which at the time there was no streaming bank. There was no nothing in the sense of like, I can go stream this shit elsewhere. It's like, it was on fucking radio.
Yeah, no, that's super tight.
The morning show.
No, for it to be on the morning show is big. That's why I was like, damn, it's 7:45 in the morning. That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Look, he's signing pictures of his face, bro.
Hey,
Man had headshots.
Hey, I was just about to say, hey, you got Hollywood headshots, nigga. What?
Yeah, that you know, I really did feel like it felt like I had made it.
What size was that T-shirt?
Shit, you know,
Easily,
like
easily 4X. That's a 4X, bro.
That's hard, bro. Hey, that is fire as fuck, dog.
Yeah, that was definitely, I think, the closest that I ever got to really probably making it. I don't know. I heard chatter about people were being spoken to, like, I don't know if it was labels or producers or just different opportunities. I kind of heard about after the fact. I don't have like evidence or confirmation. I've heard it from multiple people though.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what was offered, if anything, or how close we were to making it. You know what I mean? I just know it didn't pan out. But for a good, like, I don't know, was it like 6 months, a year or some shit like that?
Were you was feeding your fam off the music shit?
Oh, no. Man, I was young. I was like 17, 18, I think.
Oh, you didn't even have a fam. You just...
Nah. I was broke. I didn't have no money. I didn't give a fuck. I was just writing raps. That's all I was doing. A lot of the people at Vandal, they were older. They were older cats.
Vandal, you talking about West?
West, yeah.
Man, that's my nigga. Man, shout out Pop. That's my nigga, man.
Yeah, shout out West, man.
To us, it seemed like you made it, but it just felt like you were at the highest of high, to where like, oh, he's the one that's gonna represent us,
right?
Yeah,
right? And then you not you didn't fall off, but you literally just kind of fell off the face of the earth. Like, no one heard from you.
It was weird, like, because it happened so quickly. Like, I think the New York song dropped, and Ham, I think he had said something on, I don't remember. I just remember getting a call from Stitch, was like, yo, you need to, I don't even know how I got the fucking beat either back then, but he said, you need to write a song about San Antonio to this beat, and you need to do it fucking immediately. We need to record it tomorrow. And it was like, because Ham was on at night, so it was like, he called me at like 9 at night. He's like, you need to write a full fucking song.
Yeah.
and we're gonna record it tomorrow at like 4 or 5. So I used to go to gyms, and back when they had the smoking section.
Right.
Because I used to smoke, so I would just get there, have my pack of Newports, get some coffee, and I would just.
That's hard.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That's crazy.
No,
that sounds like the Boo Boo special. Man, Newports and coffee, man. I'm surprised. You probably tore their bathroom down, ain't it? Tell the truth. I know you blew that shit out at least once or twice around Newports and coffee. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't recall doing that. So yeah, I wrote the song, and then we went to record at Donnie Singleton's spot over on the east side.
Yeah.
And, shout out Donnie, man.
Listen,
because there was something about his spot. It was in like the smallest room I've ever seen.
I hear there's a bunch of equipment and wires
he had
everywhere.
So much equipment. I don't even know what it did. You heard there's why it's crazy.
IQ, shout out IQ. He told these stories plenty of times. He was like, bro, he's like, this room is small, but it's equipment and wires everywhere.
I bet it was hotter than the motherfucker.
It was so legendary.
Hot.
I know it was hot.
It was like,
because I remember my cousin had a room like that, and it used to just be hot in that bitch.
You would be in there hot, and there'd be like, we'd be packed in there, and like I recorded the whole Volume 1 mixtape there, and this shit was hot as fuck. But it does, like, it opens up your vocal cords and shit.
Right.
And it got to the point where I needed that environment. Like, there's just something about, like, I don't like going to like really fancy studios. I want to be in some grimy shit where it's fucking hot. Like that is where I had a phase where that's what I want. And now I'm old and I'm like, I don't want to be
I'm turning the AC on. Fuck
yeah.
Listen, I feel you.
But anyway, so the next day, Stitch drives the shit. We go record it, mix it, all that shit, master it. He drives up to the radio station, and I don't know how he gets in. He knows people, so he got in and gave it to him, and then he called me. He's like, "Yo, turn on your radio," and then the shit drops. And I knew it was ours because he recorded like a skit where like on the voicemail is to leave a message at the tone. And they did that tone, at the tone they delayed it. So the beat dropped and it goes at the tone. And I was like, oh shit, what the fucking radio? and it just, I don't know how many times he played it that night, and it just blew the fuck up. Like it was on the countdown, it hit #1, like on a nightly countdown.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Must have carried over to the morning, because like I said, Xavier played it on the radio when I was on my way to school.
Shout out Xavier too. He's shown a lot of love over the years. And that shit was wild for a good like 6 months, man. Like the show, that picture that you had, that was the Team Bombucha, they called it. I don't know what the fuck that means, but that shit was
I was just about to ask you this. Excuse me?
There was.
You said the kombucha?
The bombucha?
Nah, so I'll give you some context, Bank. Yeah. So at one point, man, like right before the school year started, they had like a summer fucking concert, but it was mainly catered towards like kids.
Yeah. That's all right.
And I remember, I think this picture's from the Snoop show, though, actually, I think.
No, that's from. I just happened to wear that because it said.
That's right. That's right. But I think they also brought big artists to headline.
Yeah.
And I remember Ty. I think Snoop came.
I did do the Snoop. I did open up at Sunset Station, but this show was like 10 times more live than that. These kids were fucking nuts, man.
Yo, it looks like a sea of people out there.
It was crazy. I don't know what the capacity was, but they were at capacity. Because it was like a free show.
Right.
And kids had climbed the fence and they were like standing on the fence
to
watch the show. And I remember it was the MB Riders and this R&B singer, Natalie.
Yeah.
And I went up first or whatever. And I just figured, all these kids are here to see, MB Riders, I want to hear that shit. And they announced me and they said, are y'all ready to see Taiwan? And they went fucking crazy because we're in the back room and you could feel like the fucking wall shaking. And the fucking adrenaline from that, like, was never
crazy.
Felt anything like that. And I think I've been chasing that ever since. And we came out, and we used to come out, like, we were well rehearsed on our stage show. And we would come out, and we would do crowd participation. We dropped, like, the Shine had this, I forgot the name of it. It was More or Less, that Shine.
Yeah.
We came out to that shit, and we were just, like, throwing shirts, and we would put your motherfucking hands up, and motherfuckers were going crazy.
That's dope.
It was incredible. It was musically, this was the pinnacle of what I have reached, throughout my career. So I feel like I've been chasing it ever since.
I guess my question then, man, was like, it just seems like there was an opportunity to be executed on at that point, and then it just what happened? Like, did they not execute? Was it stitchy? Like, was it not to point fingers or nothing like that? But like, it just seems like you had a moment where
I did. But you know, I think Vandal was a very well-oiled machine and it operated very efficiently. I was not. It's not like now where you have to be the label exec. You have to be everybody.
Right.
Like I was literally. I didn't know nothing about any of that shit.
You just showed up and rapped.
I just showed up and rapped. And Stitch handled everything else. So every show that we did a lot of shows. Every fucking thing we co-headlined or opened up for, that was all Stitch. He made all the shit happen. So as far as advancing out of the city and making it bigger, I don't know what was on the plate. None of that was ever shared with me. So I don't know if things were on the plate and, you know, it didn't pan out. You know, I don't know. I really don't know. To be 100% honest with you, I was young, focused on just rapping, and I was too naive to really try to educate myself about the business and get involved with that. Because I just wanted to rap, you know what I mean?
I mean, well, you like, what, 17, 18 at the time? So, like, yeah, I get it.
Right.
You know?
But if I could go back, I would have tried to be more involved,
sure.
You know? But, I mean, so Nancy, I don't really know, man. I don't know why it didn't work. You know, if there were opportunities, if there weren't, I really don't know. It just, shit ain't work, you know? And we all kind of moved on, went our separate ways, you know?
Yeah.
People got to pay bills and, you know, they got kids and shit to take care of. And it gets to a point where, like you say, you just feel like you're spinning your wheels, you know?
Yeah.
And so we just kind of went our separate ways. But Vandal was... It was a very, very efficient operation, I feel like, as far as for being a local label, for not having big backing, for not having funding and shit like that. You know, it moved in a way that it was larger than life.
Yeah.
I feel like. So, you know, shout out Stitch, shout out Wes, you know. There were good times and, you know, a lot of great opportunities happened because of the work that they put in.
For sure.
And I'll always appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Now, talk to me about this rap camp.
Oh, fucking boot camp.
Yeah, the rap boot camp that was going on over at Vandal.
Now
Look at Bank's face like, wait, what?
Man. Yeah. So, who told you? Did Kai tell you this shit?
Kai mentioned
He
something
mentioned
about
it, but he didn't really get into detail.
He was never that motherfucker. Can't remember his words. He was never. I don't know what boot camp. So it was not a boot camp. Well, yeah, maybe it was.
Because here's the wild shit. I mean, I heard that they had you running treadmills and rapping.
Not treadmills, but yeah. No, it was a real thing. So like before we'd have a big show, we would practice everything because he was like my hype man. So he would back up the words because we would do like live, like no rapping over vocals, nothing. It was like real, real hip hop, like Jadakiss said, you know.
Yeah.
It was really like that. So we would practice. We'd have 15, 20-minute sets, and if you've never been on stage and performed in them hot ass lights and not had a vocal track to save your ass, you have no idea how much you need to be in shape. Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't know that because I had never really done a show. So he was like, yeah, you got to get your shit together. He was a lot like P. Diddy, kind of, in a way. He reminded me of that.
Except the walk to go get.
Yeah, it was similar, right? So we'd be like in his garage and he would play the song and he'd be like, all right, let's practice. And we would just run through the shit for hours in his hot-ass garage in the middle of the summer. And then there was a point where he was like, yo, because we had done a show and he was like, your breath control is fucking trash. Like, it's not good enough. We got to get it up. And so he was like, just run and do your show set. So I would literally run and just I'd be out of breath, but it really helped.
Right.
And it's funny because like I meet people like at TOS, they'd be like, how did you get so good at performing? And I'm like, because, I didn't call it a boot camp. Yeah. So, but you know, again, it's just it's one of those things like you think about it and you're like, well, that sounds dumb. Why would you do that? I would never do no shit like that. But I was young, you know, just like these are older cats.
Now, because
you know what I mean? And,
but I think
tell you nothing wrong though.
No, I see, and I think a lot. I mean, because the one thing I took from that, and when I first heard the story, it made sense. Because going back to your point about it being an efficient machine, right? Like, Vandal had always, to me, outside looking in, had always seemed like the real deal,
right?
Because they weren't, you know, they weren't plain rap. They were actually trying to, like Bank said, feed their families off of the shit. You know, that was the goal essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at some point you got to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And although it made that part of it made seem a little over embellished or whatever, but like it actually helped you be a better performer.
It did. Yeah. Shout out Kai though. I love him. That's my brother. But he really cannot remember his words because he would never show up to I don't remember him showing up to the rehearsals. You know, because we would rehearse. When we used to perform with them, him and his brother are funny, man.
Right.
They would talk shit to each other on stage. Like we'd be performing, and they would walk by each other and shoulder check, and then like his brother would be like, "Yo, if he fucking bumps into me one more time." And then, so they'd be passing each other. And Kev would be like, "I'm gonna fuck you up, Kai." And all this is going on while we're performing, and
that's hilarious.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah.
So I guess was being on Vandal versus being on TOS, was it like night and day between both labels, or was there similarities?
It definitely was. It definitely was. Vandal. A lot more the typical label control.
Sure.
Hey, this is what your album's gonna be called. These are the kind of songs we need. You know, back then it was like you gotta have a street anthem, you gotta have a club song, you gotta have a girl song, you gotta have a smoke weed song, you gotta have a fucking sad song, a life song. So it was like, do this. This is the direction we're going. Here's the beat that you're gonna do. And it was a lot. It was there was not a lot of creative control. I felt like. Not to say that there wasn't any, but it definitely, that was the difference at TOS. It was just a collective of just, you know, really talented artists that just kind of gravitated. It was kind of a little bit of that competition, like just, you know, talent kind of, we all connected and ended up in the same place. And shout out Vito. I always had an open door policy at his house, and he's one of the coolest cats you'll ever meet. And, you know, whatever I wanted to do. Hey, can I come through? Yeah, come through. 3 a.m. It's like, you know what I mean? He would just let you slide through. He's one of the best engineers. Like, he would mix everything, make everything sound crispy, and you had a full creative control over there. It was like whatever you wanted to do. You know, but there's a lot of artists. That was the difference. Like at Vandal, I was the artist initially, and everybody else. Nobody else wanted to rap. Nobody else cared about that. So you have a sole focus, and it was to push my music. At TOS, you have multiple artists, so everybody's doing their thing, and everybody was a rapper essentially. You know, but we had a really solid run, and you know, I think you hit a point like you in this city. Where else do you go?
Where else do you go?
Do? You know, and I think TOS had so much talent over there.
What did TOS stand for?
Take Over South.
Take Over South.
Hey, boom. This is crazy as fuck then. Because when I first moved out here, I somehow came across one of y'all niggas CDs.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And it was a mixtape with like you saying, a bunch of rappers on there. I'm pretty sure he was on it. It had like fire on the front of it. It was like TOS something.
Yeah.
And they got like the tag is Take Over South.
Yeah.
Take Over South.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's crazy as fuck, dog.
Yeah.
For sure came across one of y'all niggas CDs. My partner had it in his car, and I remember one day we were smoking weed and I went through the whole CD.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So you know, I mean, we get older, people get older, they got,
for sure,
you know, families to raise, and
that's some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah. So. And now you signed to the organization.
Oh, I just made that shit up. You know, it sounds official, though,
it sounds
right?
official. That's what I was like.
I ain't gonna lie,
that's a hard label.
Yeah,
I signed there today as a producer. Honestly,
you might need to go stamp that.
Shit, I should have sold that a little bit more. I should have, like, yeah.
Why, start now. Now that's a hard name though. Like, so that's all the organization that's like a label now. I was like, no, that's hard.
Appreciate it.
But it reminded me of Oh, when Big and Jay were trying to form that group, the Commission.
Oh yeah.
I thought you was about to say the Conglomerate.
Oh
That's
yeah,
dope,
yeah,
too.
that's a dope one too. But ain't that Busta's label? I think Bust has the Conglomerate. But yeah, man, Skrills, we got anything else, man?
Nah, man, I just I'm definitely glad, man, that you, Ty, that you finally just kind of came back.
Yes. Thank you.
But not only came back, but came back as your true self, man. And
yes,
you, and
that's more important.
Right. And not to say that what you've done in the past wasn't good, because it was. Obviously, it made you who you are. But at the same time, though, man, like, you're now making the music that you want to make wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
You know, and you seem happy with it, whether it's successful or not. And ironically enough, I feel like you're probably going to be the most successful you have been, because you're now doing the music you want.
Yeah, bro, you got to think about that shit as a blessing, because, think about it like this. What if you did make it doing the other shit that you didn't like doing? You had to keep doing that shit.
Right.
And then eventually you'd have really been unhappy as fuck. And then that would have been a little worse, because imagine working on something your whole life and working for something just to get it and be like, nigga, this shit is ass.
Right.
It's like trying to knock a bitch, and when you finally do knock it, you like, this wasn't even worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. I feel like, you know.
So this could be your run. This could be, you know what I'm saying? You doing what you really feel in your soul. That could be, you know, your blessing. Like, okay, now you ready to accept what I had for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
One more time, man, Ty, if they want to get a hold of you, where can they find you at, man?
Yeah, so you can, it's I am Taiwan, so IAMTYONE. It's me on IG. It's me on TikTok. Twitter. I got a Twitter, but it got hacked, and I don't know who's doing what with it.
It's the X now. Twitter's no more.
Twitter X, okay.
It ain't even Twitter X, it's just X.
Yeah, I don't have an X.
He ain't got an X out.
Yeah, I just really Instagram and TikTok. So
yeah.
And then you can look me up on all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
TY-ONE. My EP Bloodsport is out now.
Y'all definitely go check that out. Highly recommended 3 and 5 for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Top projects of the year, if you ask me.
Wow, thank you.
You know what I mean? That's facts. Bank, where can they find you at?
Man, y'all know the vibes. No space, no cap on the gram. Bankroll everywhere else, because I'm the only one. BANKREAUX, man.
Talk to him. Skrills, where can they find you at?
Skrills.
At the Kumite, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? And where you can find me at, besides at Mazi's World Official everywhere, you can find me within the Black Dragon Society, you know what I'm saying?
Straight like that. You know what I'm saying?
I had to try to get that one off. Like we said, Bloodsport, the EP out now. Be sure to pick that up.
For sure
knock
that.
it. And, I mean, stream it, all that. Cop support.
Nah, go buy that motherfucker, man. Y'all stop being cheap, man. Fuck.
Buy that.
Stop letting these people convince y'all that streaming is real support. Buy that shit like y'all was supposed to back in the 2000s, man. For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Get that man the paper, man. He deserve it, because that shit fire.
Fire. You know what I'm saying? Be sure to buy that, all that good stuff. Run it up. Follow Taiwan on TikTok and run it up. And y'all be seeing them on Just Rap for the second lap. You know what I'm saying?
You did.
Real soon. We'll holler at y'all. Your boy Mazi. Peace.
Peace.
Maserati.
So focused, I just need some meaning to my name. Plus I'm cheating with these codes. If you thinking it's a game, that's real talk. Man, this